Archaeologists have unearthed two Bavarian graves from the 6th century and have found some interesting artifacts from them. These graves and their artifacts have some mysterious details about them that raise many questions. In the town of Diengen in southern Germany, Bavaria, these graves were found when archaeologists were doing excavations. The graves and the artifacts found in them were in good condition. In one grave, a carved ivory comb was found, in another, a red ceramic bowl from ancient Tunisia. The Bavarian State Office for the Preservation of Monuments said that the area in which these discoveries were made is unprecedented. For more details on how this was discovered, I will now quote from ancientorigins.net. Quote, "The unusual Bavarian graves were discovered during an excavation at the site of a new municipal construction site in the town of Diengen, which is located in the Nordlinger Ries region of western Bavaria. More than 75 graves have been discovered at the site during ongoing excavations, including one double grave of a young man and a young woman buried holding hands." End of quote. Now, the age of these graves they found was older than what they thought the age of the town of Diengen was. These graves were from the 6th century AD, and it was thought before this that the town's beginning was in the 8th century. They said that this has caused the history of the town to be re-examined. So aside from the artifacts which seem big enough, these graves seem to be evidence that the town is about 2 centuries older than what was thought before. A lot has been learned from the discovery of these graves. The Illimini were a people who lived in this land at that time. They were a confederation of German tribes. So the archaeologists found the ivory comb in the grave of a man who was 40 to 50 years old at the time he died. There were other artifacts in the grave as well, which seemed to show that he was an important individual, probably a high-ranking soldier, because he was buried with a full suit of armor. There was also a sword, shield, axe, and a lance, as well as the remains of a horse buried next to his grave. In his grave there was a bridle and a pair of spurs, which showed that the horse was his. The other things found in his grave were a bronze basin, as well as a bag that contained scissors and a comb, probably to take care of his beard. This comb was the ivory comb. It is 5.5 inches in length. It was broken in several pieces, but was put back together after it was found. For why this ivory comb is so interesting, I will quote again from ancientorigins.net. Quote, "The comb is an extraordinary find on several counts. To begin with, combs were only included as burial goods later in the medieval period. They were generally carved from wood, animal, or antler rather than ivory. In fact, ivory goods of any kind are extremely atypical of the 6th century AD." End of quote. It also said that the picture carved on the comb is a hunting picture, which is unusual for that time. Many at this time had a scene from the Bible. The carving on the ivory comb was on both sides. It is a gazelle-like animal trying to get away from predators. It is not from Europe, and it is not known for certain where it is from. So a lot about this is a mystery, and the best the experts can do is speculate. There, at least for now, is no way to know for sure the exact details of the comb. The person who is in charge of the Bavarian State Office for the Preservation of Monuments, Johann Friedrich Tolsdorf, said about this comb, quote, "Comparable depictions on a comb from this period have not come down to us so far. This makes this find not only an outstanding archaeological find, but also an important historical art source." End of quote. Now about the other interesting item, the red ceramic bowl. It was found in the grave of a woman who was about 30 to 40 years old when she died. For details on her grave, I will quote again from the article. Quote, "She was buried along with jewelry, vessels, food, and a weaving tool. Locally made ceramic utensils were also found buried in the grave. But to the left of her elbow was a red ceramic bowl that is an example of high-quality African slipware. This kind of ceramic ware was produced in the territory of what is now Tunisia from the 1st to the 7th century AD." End of quote. It also said that it was traded in many parts of the Mediterranean, but it is the first time that this ceramic ware was found in Germany in that good of a condition despite it being broken in two. There are also script-like symbols on the rim of it. They are what is mysterious about this object. What these script-like symbols mean and what exactly they are, as well as which kind of symbols they are, is unknown. They could be words or something else. So both of these artifacts, the ivory comb and the red ceramic bowl, are important yet mysterious finds. It is speculated that they could have been plunder from a war, some kind of payment, gifts, or something else. There are some things about the past or history that we do not know and will never know. This discovery gives us more information about the past, while at the same time giving us more questions and mysteries. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content like this.